What is up, guys? Welcome back to Deep Talks with B. In today's video, I was thinking there's so many people in this world. You know, there's like 7 billion people in this world. And if you think about it, how many close friends do you have that you can tell everything to? How many close friends do you have, or family members or whatever, do you have in your life that you can have like deep conversations with, tell them anything on your mind? Talk about aliens, talk about UFOs, talk about government conspiracies, talk about the things you did yesterday, talk about the things, that you think of, your fears, your anxieties, what you're scared of, what makes you excited, what you're into, your interests, your hobbies, the activities you do on a regular basis, things that you're actually like motivated by and inspired by and driven by, the things that you're good at, the things that you're not good at. Like, how many people can you have conversations with like that? Because I don't know about you, but, just walking around the mall, walking around, like anywhere, just being out in society, being out in the community, and you listen to a lot of like the conversations that happen, and you're just like, man, like everybody is such like surface level emotion and connection, And if you think about it, it's like, it's the people who know how to reach higher levels of thinking, and they have dimensional thoughts where it's not just something that's like, hey, like, do you want to go grab food? Yeah, sure. Hey, do you want to go look at shoes? Yeah, sure. But that's it. Like, that's all that's going on. It's not talking about like the deep things or the things that that are interesting and like exciting, and like there's just not a whole lot of excitement anymore. And I know that there's people that laugh all the time, and there's people that are in the best of moods and everything, and like that's cool. But I've just figured out that I'm the happiest and I'm the most driven and motivated when I'm talking about higher level ideas and thoughts and stuff, like starting businesses or investing, or finding ways to budget to buy something I've wanted to for a long time, or just getting in shape, or being, inspired by somebody, or finding out what people are good at or what people are not good at, or finding out what people struggle to figure out in their life or what they have figured out in their life. Like, there's so many people in this world, and like I can just say, like, there's a handful for sure that I have in my life, and I've had in my life, that have been able to reach higher levels of thought and communication with me. And I'm appreciative for those people, because there's nothing, you cannot buy good conversation. You cannot buy a deeper level of connection with somebody. It's either there or it's not there. You're either able to mesh and communicate with somebody on higher levels, or you're not. And some people just don't have the ability to think deep. They've shut off all emotion, they've shut off all connection to the world and to real reasons why we're here. And it's sad, but at the same time, that's just a personal choice. And some people they're not even like conscious to this idea, is the fact that you can think deeper into things and you can look into things. You don't have to always take it for surface level, what you see, what everybody knows, what the majority of the population knows. But anyways, this conversation is getting a little sidetracked, so let's bring it back. Anyways, what I was talking about before was, if you have people in your life that you can tell anything to, you can experience anything with, you don't feel like you have to bar up your emotions and your true self, then you have found those. Like, stay true to those people and be true to them, because those people are very, very hard to find in this world. There's a lot of people that feel like they have to turn switches off in their human DNA to not allow things through or not allow things to go out. And that's just not how it is. It's not how it should be. You should be able to be an open book to, obviously, people you trust. And I know that trusting people in this world can be a problem, but to have trust issues with somebody you just met isn't a good tactic. You have to go in there being able to give something out, and if you get it back, then you've already established a level of trust. So, like, one of the things I can say that, ways that I've learned that was when I met my girlfriend. I drove to an entirely new city. Me and her sat down, we had dinner for the first time ever meeting her, and it turned into a 3-hour conversation of me and her just bouncing back ideas and experiences and things we think of and things we want from the future. And if you can have that experience, especially right after meeting somebody, you know that you've already established a higher level of thought and connection, and that's how you know the relationship is going to be one that is rewarding and successful. And that's what it's all about, is building rewarding and successful relationships and being able to communicate and talk about deeper thoughts and, you know, things on a higher level of emotion, but obviously not turning into like a nervous wreck. And there's still things that you still have to keep to yourself sometimes. I don't feel like being an open book 100% of the time is always a good option either, because there's a lot of things, you know, if you're sore, if you're exhausted, you're tired, you're hungry, whatever, if you turn your day into a consistent, you know, cry for help or whatever, like, it's not just gonna, nobody wants to be around that. Nobody wants to be around somebody who's so far open that there's no positivity, because there's a lot of things that all of us can complain about. Finding ways to shut off your ability to complain is a good one, but that's just one of those things that you figure it out over time. Who you can tell things to, who you can't, and obviously the more people you can have open relationships with and be able to communicate with, the better. That's just what I've learned in my free time, what I've learned in my journey, what I've learned in my life, and those people matter to me so much, because if you can have those conversations, it literally is like an all-natural high. It makes you feel like you've had a good conversation where you've let stuff out, you've heard stuff from somebody else, you've bounced back ideas, you've brainstormed, you know, thoughts, and it's not just your basic, you know, dull, low vibrational frequency level of thought. And if you can find a way, raise your frequency, try and hit those higher levels, try and get in touch with your own self, your own spirit, your own body. It's in there. Everybody has a soul. Find it. I know this world is soul crushing. It can be soul crushing. I know you've probably had bad experiences in your life. Everybody has. But find a way to get over it. Find a way to bounce back and get in touch with your deeper self. Peace.